Several UFC fighters have come forward with wild stories from their sparring sessions with Alex Pereira, and what they've revealed is absolutely unbelievable.
And I'll give you an example. So I'm sparring with Alex in Connecticut, and we're having a fucking war, dude. We're doing 3 hard rounds, and I somehow managed not to get hit with any big shots. And I like walking away I'm dead tired. I'm walking away really good. And they bring in this pretty high-level wrestler, and this guy is just fucking mauling Alex on round 4. Mind you, this guy's fresh. Me and Alex just had a 3-round fucking war, and this man is just mauling Alex, throwing overhands, has him in his cage, and about like halfway through the round, Alex just like touches him with an uppercut, and the round's done. And then Alex just like, I mean, he could have fucking blew on him and knocked him over, and just like that kind of power, it just, I mean, you got to be like, what, a 6'4" giant fucking Brazilian, I guess.
I know Ankalaev have spent a lot of time in here over the years. Like, what was kind of that situation like for you? Was it a bit awkward? Like, was Alex trying to pick your brain? Or?
No, I mean, I love working with Alex. Alex is one of those guys who were like, if you tell him any tad bit of advice, he absorbs it, he drills it, and no, Ankalaev, dude, like, Ankalaev's my boy.
The MMA community can't stop talking about the jaw-dropping stories coming out of Alex Pereira's training camps. Everyone already knows he's one of the most dangerous strikers in the sport, but these new accounts take his reputation to another level. Reports describe UFC veterans getting dropped during sparring sessions, and even seasoned kickboxers refusing to train with him again. Fighters are now portraying Pereira not just as powerful, but as an absolutely terrifying force inside the gym.
Eu treino todos os dias, 2 vezes por dia, em média de 2h30, 3 horas no máximo. Eu divido esses treinos em 2 partes. Todos os dias de manhã, 11 horas da manhã, eu faço a parte de luta. Sábado, eu faço um treino só. Faço um treino específico de grappling, começo da noite. Segunda, quarta e sexta, faço a preparação física, né, a musculação. Terça e quinta, eu faço as corridas, né? E essa é a minha semana. Eu descanso domingo, faz parte dos treinos também.
Poatan, he's a monster.
Yeah.
That guy's a monster. I was telling everybody about that guy when he was in Glory.
I remember.
When they were saying he was coming over to the UFC, I told DC, I go, dude, get ready for this motherfucker. Because this motherfucker puts people into orbit.
Brother.
He's got crazy.
What happened to the good old day when the biggest star in the sport could go out there and underperform a little bit and the judges would give a screw job to the less popular guy? I could tell you plenty of times throughout history where Alex Pereira would still be wearing that belt, which is to beat the champion. You really got to beat the champion. Screwed the other guy to protect the champion. That's all that's ever meant. I'm not sure that the Alex Pereira that I saw isn't the greatest Alex Pereira I've ever seen. Alex is supposed to be somebody that you can go take down and beat up, particularly if you got a wrestling background, particularly if you got a wrestling background from Dagestan. That's the story. He never went down once. Is Ankalaev a man of his word? Does he get credit? Because his words were that I'm going to stand up and I'm going to kickbox with him. I'm going to beat him in the stand-up. That's exactly what he did. I, as a Pereira fan, what I want is Pereira at heavyweight. And if in a month from now we come out with a poster and it's Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira, I think you guys are pretty excited. That's my guess.
Fighters who've spent time training with Alex Pereira describe his power as something completely unreal. Even when he's taking it easy, they say his shots feel like being hit with a baseball bat. One fighter recalled a sparring session where Pereira accidentally broke a partner's ribs with a single body kick during what was meant to be a light, technical round. Another claimed that Pereira's signature left hook, the same one that finished Adesanya, hits with the force of a speeding car. But what truly sets him apart isn't just his raw power, it's his composure. Multiple fighters have said that no matter how aggressive or fast you come at him, Pereira never flinches, never panics. He just stands there, completely unfazed.
I mean, he's so scary looking.
I wasn't wrong about the aura, right? Like,
no, spot on.
I mean, you're a champion, right? There is a different aura to this man.
I remember the first time I met him. To this day, I don't remember a lot of times I meet somebody for the first time. That dude, I remember because he was my weight class and he was a monster, and we were in the same locker room for a fight. I'm like, I was a pretty big damn middleweight. People thought I was one of the biggest middleweights, that you could be. And I was like, how the hell does this guy make to 185? And I just watched him. His bones just looked different. His attitude was different. I'm like, man, this guy is definitely a problem.
Pulling out of the PI. Was excited when I pulled in because some guys were saying Alex Pereira was upstairs sparring. So wherever in the world that mat space is, the training is the same. This was his belief. And I can just tell you that is what I saw. When I got there, the knowledge that was in that room, Glover Teixeira, who did everything. He was dripping in sweat. I mean, Glover is clearly the captain of that ship, but the knowledge they've got, Jean-Jay Ribeiro, just to name drop for you, these guys start going back and forth and they start trading ideas and techniques. So after Pereira gets done with what I believe was 5 rounds, I believe he did all 25 minutes, but I will admit, I walked in a little bit late. So when they were done with that, though, they spent an hour just discussing ideas and fundamentals and positions. And to understand and appreciate to the degree that I do, what those guys had to go through, what experiences they had to have that information that they were passing back and forth.
Fighters say that when you're in the cage with Alex Pereira, it's not just a spar. It feels like you're being hunted. He doesn't rush or react emotionally. He just locks eyes, reads every movement, and patiently waits for the perfect counter. Former teammates have described it as an unnerving experience, like facing a predator who already knows exactly how the exchange will end. Even UFC champions admit that training with Pereira ranks among the hardest experiences of their careers. Glover Teixeira, Pereira's longtime mentor and training partner, once said that Alex's approach to sparring perfectly reflects his fight mentality. Calm, calculated, and devastatingly efficient. Joe Rogan has also praised Pereira's poise and accuracy, calling his composure inside the octagon something truly unique in modern MMA.
His time, precision, and the way, the ability to learn the ground is like, because I trained with kickboxers before, the transition for, then I trained with jiu-jitsu champion before the transition to MMA. They both have a hard time to learn, all the jiu-jitsu guy have a hard time to learn the striking. But Alex is just fascinating me in the way he learned, the way he get it, and he's doing his own moves right now. And he goes on like, hey, look at this. This why I trying to get out there. It's like he's showing different moves. They were like, yeah, man, that's cool, and it's amazing. I'm excited to see
we don't give Alex Pereira enough respect at how big he is. Right? I think the fact he fought against Izzy at 185 and now he's at 205 and he walks around 232, whatever it is. Sometimes I don't feel like he's a big dude, but obviously he has to be. Well, I mean, he is, but nobody can take him down, right? And I think I kind of take that away from him and not give him the flowers, I guess, of how big of a presence he has when he's fighting these guys, inside
the same card, me and him. Never met him before, never. He was quite frosty when I met him. Definitely not happy chappy, do you know what I mean? I spent a bit of time together. Obviously, there's a language barrier and stuff. He doesn't really speak English that I'm aware of, at least. We went did the press conference. We sat next to each other. He was literally, I was here, he was there. Got off the press conference, and my dad said, "Oh, how was it?" I said, "Do you know Alex Pereira?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "He thinks he can beat me, And my dad was like, "What do you mean?" I don't know, I can just tell. He wasn't posturing, he wasn't trying to intimidate me or nothing. I just felt like he had in his mind, maybe I'm just making it up, I have no idea, but I've never done it with anyone before, and I'm not like that insecure guy being like, "He's trying to fight me." I'm not like that at all. When I heard that he wants to move up to heavyweight, I wasn't surprised. I felt like he was sizing me up a little bit. Saying that, mate, we were 2-3 days away from a fight. Maybe that's just the way he acts.
Joe Rogan once put it best. Pereira doesn't just aim at you, he aims through you. What's even more shocking is that many fighters refuse to go more than a single round with him. Training sessions at Teixeira MMA and Fitness have earned a brutal reputation. No ego, no trash talk, just raw focus and violent precision. Those who step in often leave with bruised ribs, split lips, and a newfound respect for the power Pereira brings to the cage. Following his dominant knockouts over Magomed Ankalaev and Jamahal Hill, these stories have resurfaced, reminding everyone that what we witness under the arena lights is only a fraction of the chaos he unleashes behind closed doors. As rumors swirl about Pereira moving up to the heavyweight division, fighters are already half joking, or maybe half serious, that they want nothing to do with that version of him. Daniel Cormier even weighed in, saying Pereira's sparring stories remind him of early gym legends like Mike Tyson, guys who didn't spar for fun, but for destruction. You can hear the trauma in people's voices when they talk about training with him, Cormier noted. Now, with potential matchups against John Jones or Tom Aspinall being discussed. Those gym war stories take on a whole new meaning. Because if Pereira hits that hard in sparring, what happens when he steps inside the octagon with the biggest men in the sport? Every fighter who's shared rounds with him says the same thing. Pereira doesn't spar to practice. He spars to perfect his kill switch. He's not training to compete. He's training to finish. And if even half these stories are true, the heavyweight division could be in serious trouble.